not the case, or I don't understand.
Dana, you want to help me out?
You can, she does it for me because I'm extremely low tech. I'm not supposed to say that. Somebody said that sounds like I'm really dumb. I'm as high tech as I need to be to work with the public. I'm not high tech enough for this. So I send her everything.
The only way that we would be able to do that, we're working with IT to figure out a way that every email you send from or is received by your email account automatically is copied to another archived account. So every email that goes back and forth from there will be placed in this, we're hoping, one for everyone. I mean, not one individual account for each council member, but one that every council member goes into in one big batch, and then that would make it easy for us to search for all of you at the same time.
How hard is that set up? That seems pretty easy.
We just got together with IT on Thursday to figure that out.
You guys set one up for me. I have one set up.
Correct.
For when I want to send something back to myself to make a hard copy. Couldn't that be expanded to send all my stuff to it?
Perry?
Then it would defeat.
We need one more staff member up here.
Hey, Perry.
Perry Rice with IT.
Perry, I already went into my Novell webmail account, and it automatically forwards a copy of everything I send or receive to my Gmail account.
Well, from my perspective, the best way to do it is all of your correspondence is from the county email system. What's happening is when we get forwards and stuff from other providers, Gmail, AOL, stuff like that, sometimes the attachments aren't coming through properly. I mean, we are running into some technical issues there. So that the more we can all work out of the same live system and get some better search tools on the system, the easier it's going to be for everybody.
Is that the problem? The search tool within the Novell program is inadequate?
We IT do not have the ability to do a countywide search across our email system. We had a request that came in last year that prompted us to actually request each county employee, almost 1,000 people, to do a certain search. I mean, we're talking hundreds of hours. We are in the process of starting up a project to replace our current email system, and a number of the criteria that we're looking at is the ability to do a countywide electronic search, the ability to put a legal hold on certain accounts, the ability to have more sophisticated search tools. I mean, some of the searching that you do in the group-wide system, you may think it's searching your whole account, but it may not search your sent items folders. There's a lot of technical things like that.
What if we just had set our email accounts to forward every email that comes in and goes out to you?
Your county email accounts?
Yeah.
Well, the system that we're looking at, most new email systems have archival capabilities. So we would have countywide archival things, and in the context of putting in this replacement email system, we'd be able to figure out a better way to do a lot of these things. We're about 3 to 6 months out from, a replacement email system, and I mean, this is a timely discussion because as we look for the requirements and how to configure that new system, we should be able to make it easier for everybody.
I would think. It doesn't seem like it shouldn't be that big a technological hurdle to archive every email that comes in or leaves our email addresses. That seems like even Barbara could figure that out.
And there's also the concern when you forward something, and Perry would be the expert probably on this, but as you may or may not know, there was a recent Washington Supreme Court decision that made it clear that the metadata that goes along with each email is a public record. So I'm not sure what forwarding does to the metadata.
It should. I think it would retain it. It would just add some more.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I think that depends on how it's done. If you send it as an attachment, if you forward it as an attachment in our system, it packages it, and if you open it up, all the header information is still there. But if you just forward it, it will change.
Really?
And say it's now from you to say the council folder. So,
and what's wrong with that?
well, there wasn't anything wrong with it until 2 weeks ago. And the Supreme Court of the state of Washington said that information, the to, from, the date and time, and the subject line are all integral parts of the record and need to be retained along with the content of the email. So,
Isn't it retained as
not if you forward it in certain ways.
in certain ways?
Yeah, if you just sit forward, it can change that when it gets to the other end, and that's what got them in trouble at Shoreline.
Mr.
Right,
Crawford,
that's what he
and then
said.
Mr. Weimer.
That's what he wants us to.
Hold on,
Clarify that?
you want to, okay, go ahead. Barb,
So
he's going to answer your question.
So there's metadata that's transferred with the email message. It's in the header and the footer and stuff like that. There's also metadata associated with the back-end email system. So, we're talking about information about that email message stored in a number of different places. When it gets forwarded from AOL or Gmail, we're just seeing the metadata that's kind of embedded in the message itself, not the metadata from the Gmail server or the AOL server.
No offense. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Crawford.
Perry, this is just a comment for you. Since I started a couple of weeks ago doing everything through the county, I don't know if you guys that already had all the county stuff being forwarded to you experienced this. When Suzanne in the executive's office sends a rideshare email out to 800 county employees on Novell, it says to employee list is all it says in the to part. On my home email, 800 names in the header. I don't know why that's doing that, but
What does that have to do with?
because they were talking about metadata, and I'm telling you, it takes me 3 pages of scrolling to get down to the message and I don't know why that is. But maybe it's a moot point if we're already knowing we're switching, it's not worth worrying about for 6 more months. But I would assume the exec's office probably isn't excited about sending out every county employee's email address every time they email, and yet I seem to get it.
Well, now was that to your county email or
To my
your
county email,
other
which
email?
then forwards it to me. And somehow in the forwarding process, because when she was sending it to me directly, it also just said to all employees. But now, and then I go look on the county email website and it says to all employees. And when it gets to my house forwarded from the county, it has every county employee's name.
It doesn't even do that to me.
It's Apple Mail, it's an Apple computer.
So could I encourage you to use webmail from home?
Yes, that's all I do.
So, but if it gets the county webmail.
I do. But to alert me that I got an email, I have the county. Oh, it's not a burden. I'm just pointing out, you guys were talking about metadata, and I'm going, yeah, there's a lot of info packed in there that you don't see normally. And for whatever reason, I'm seeing it now. If I respond to that email, I go to the county webmail, which I wish there was a better way than webmail, because that thing is clunky.
I think there's a way we can work.
Thank you, because I can't.
Big time clunky.
I think we can work with Suzanne and maybe have her put it in the BCC or something like that, and then you probably wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
Mr. Weimer?
I think you just answered my question, because my understanding was the only way, one of the things that makes council members unique is that 90% of the time we're not here, so we're not working on county computers. So when it forwards it to my Comcast address, if I respond even using my county email, it doesn't come through the system and it's not saved anywhere. You are in the same boat. So the only way to really do that is either CC everything we're sending back from a Comcast to the county, or just use the web-based county system.
I do CC.
Yeah, it's hard because you have other jobs, you have other organizations and committees that you're on, you've got all kinds of communication going on. I don't know if we could set the county email account up to a quick little ping to your